the Cable, we provide much more than just the fastest and most reliable internet service. We fill the homes of all our customers with joy and laughter. Our services connect friends and keep families together. With the most extensive fiber optic network, we ensure that you can enjoy the things you love with the people you love. Whether it's catching up with family or old friends, or simply just enjoying your favorite TV shows, people choose the Cable because quality shows.
Now you can have SKN Newsline on the go. Introducing SKN Newsline Android mobile app. Search SKN Newsline in the Google Play Store. Download the app free and stay up to date with TV news, instant Kitchenevis in the palm of your hands. With this app, you can watch your news reports, watch our live news feed on SKN Newsline TV, engage with us and other app users in the chat room, look at our special features, send us news tips, and call us directly. It's news on the go. The SKN Newsline Android mobile app. Download it free today.
Why read the news when you can watch it? Introducing SKN Newsline, the Federation's only online TV news platform. SKN Newsline is an online TV news platform covering news in St. Kitts and Nevis. We provide a daily and accurate news on the big stories and stories of interest that other media outlets have ignored. You can watch SKN Newsline on our website, www.sknnewsline.com, or Facebook page at www.fb.com/SKN Newsline, and also subscribe to our SKN Newsline YouTube channel. SKN Newsline, your world, your news.
For all your printing needs at top-notch quality, go to Digital Print Plus, located on Princess Street, Bastyr, St. Kitts. At Digital Print Plus, you get the best in business cards, letterheads, envelopes, wristbands, tent cards, rack cards, flyers, brochures, logo designs, posters, photos, architectural designs, 3D renderings, and so much more. Digital Print Plus gives you the best quality at competitive prices. Contact us at 767-7468 or email digitalprintskn@gmail.com or follow us on Facebook at digitalprintskn. Digital Print Plus, for all your printing needs at the best quality.
Businessman Wilmot Dolan, a resident of Challengers Village, is publicly denouncing his support for Member of Parliament Lindsey Grant. Mr. Dolan operates a trucking and backhoe business and claims to have done majority of his work with government, primarily through the National Housing Corporation (NHC). Mr. Dolan claims the Team Unity government has denied him business since they took office in 2015, and attempts to reach out to Mr. Grant proved futile.
But to see how, somebody who treat them over the years, to how they treat me, somebody who support them, not just support them by mouth. Someone who put their hand in the pocket and support them. And to see them treating me this way, it's not fair. Not fair at all.
Last year, Mr. Dolan staged a one-man protest in front of government headquarters, which he said prompted a meeting with Mr. Grant.
Well, actually, while I was there, in the morning, demonstrating, before that, while I was there, the cabinet secretary, she came up. And, I speak about this already, but I didn't mention her. But while I was there, she came, and she was on the other side of government headquarters, and I was on the other side of the road. And she said like this, she said, what is that you have on the board? I said to her, you want me to come over and over on that side? She said, yes, come. When I reach over, she said, oh my God, darling, what happened? And I explained to her and I tell her the situation, because she know me well. And I tell her the situation, and she said, well, okay, give me your number and I'm going to get back to you. I give her the number and I went back across the road, and then maybe about a half an hour after, Mr. Hamilton came there and he speak to me. And after that, Mr. Grant came afterward and he speak to me. Well, actually, Hamilton came and speak to me, and he tell me he was traveling the weekend and he will get back to me. He'd never get back to me.
Mr. Dowling has been in the media, particularly Freedom FM, earlier in the year and even recently on the talk show of opposition leader Dr. Denzel Douglas, telling his story. He said he has been struggling and is forced to sell some of his equipment to pay his bills.
Honestly, right now it's rough on me. It's very, very rough. Actually, I mean, I be behind with some of my bills, but as I say, I do a lot of, as I say, shuffling just to stay alive. I mean, actually today I was in town and I was going on and pay somewhere I could pay. But you know, what you can, you just see if you can left them back for the next month to deal with them. I've been doing some shuffling. Actually, I don't know if it's a good thing I did, but right now I put for sale on my vehicle because it's really hard on me.
Efforts this week to reach Mr. Grant for a comment were unsuccessful. I am Sophia Lloyd, reporting for SKN Newsline.
At Nagico, the things that matter to you matter to us. Like your boat when you're at sea and you get away from everything. Your home and the security of your daughter's things. And the car that you've had for too long. But after all these years, you just can't let go. At Nagico, we're about much more than just insurance. We're about the big things and the small things that mean everything.
'Cause when I see the love in the land, boy, it's Christmas again.
It might be too early to say it's Christmas time, but KFC is giving you a chance to win extra cash for this Christmas. $3,500 EC dollars. All you have to do is spend 25 EC dollars or more. Then log on to kfcsurvey.com. Complete the survey. Write the validation code you received after you finish the survey on the back of your KFC receipt, along with your name and phone number, and return to any KFC cashiers. Simple as that. And listen out for your name in December for that extra cash of $3,500 EC dollars. Celebrate the Christmas holidays with KFC. KFC is finger licking good.
'Cause when I see the love in the land, boy, it's Christmas again.
The National Bank Premier League in St. Kitts is back, and Voice of the Caribbean Radio is bringing live coverage with the SKNFA Match of the Week. Every Saturday evening at 8 p.m., Voice of the Caribbean Radio will be broadcasting the Premier League Match of the Week at www.voiceofthecaribbean.net or sknfa.com.
Shot taken, and in the back of the net!
We'll bring you the action through live commentary and analysis with pre-game, halftime, and post-game shows, live and direct from the Warner Park Football Stadium. That's the SKNFA Match of the Week on Voice of the Caribbean Radio in partnership with the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association, bringing live radio coverage every Saturday at 8 p.m. from now till the end of the season, only on voiceofthecaribbean.net or sknfa.com. Live football action from St. Kitts every Saturday on Voice of the Caribbean Radio, your Caribbean sports leader.
I am floored. That is a scorcher of a goal. That's the best.
Ricardo's Home Center and Hardware is your first and best choice in hardware supplies. Visit Ricardo's for paint supplies, screws and nails, windows and doors, building supplies, plumbing supplies, tools, cabinetry, lavatory and accessories, tile, cement and grout, water heaters, lumber and plywood, and much more. At Ricardo's, our services are second to none in the Federation. We offer paint mixing, screen repair, screen installation, window repair, security screen door repair, and commercial doors and locks repair. We also offer delivery service. So come by at Ricardo's in Needsmith Estate, St. Kitts. Call 465-9229, 466-1824, 662-3451. 661. Email rhcenter.h@gmail.com. For the best in supplies and service, visit Ricardo's Home Center and Hardware.
Change the way you watch TV. Introducing EarTV KN, the new way to watch TV. Watch real-time TV, your favorite shows and channels on any smart TV or mobile device from any location. Starting as low as $75 per month, get up to 3 devices connected on one account. With EarTV, you can watch movies on demand. Over 4,000 titles to choose from, with 3-day trials available. Works on Amazon Fire TV devices, Android phone tablets, and Apple iPhone and iPad. Includes over 500 channels in HD and 4K. Simple to use plug-in and play technology, and pay as you go month to month. No long-term commitments, no cancellation fee, and get professional support. Call us to subscribe to EarTV KN at 869-661-2478 or check us out on Facebook. Make your television experience greater by getting EarTV KN now. Incredible, impressive, and affordable. EarTV KN.
The Cable, we provide much more than just the fastest and most reliable internet service. We fill the homes of all our customers with joy and laughter. Our services connect friends and keep families together. With the most extensive fiber optic network, we ensure that you can enjoy the things you love with the people you love. Whether it's catching up with family or old friends, or simply just enjoying your favorite TV shows, people choose the Cable because quality shows.
Now you can have SK Newsline on the go. Introducing SK Newsline Android mobile app. Search SK Newsline in the Google Play Store. Download the app free and stay up to date with TV news, instant kitchenevis in the palm of your hands. With this app, you can watch your news reports, watch our live news feed on SK Newsline TV, engage with us and other app users in the chat room, look at our special features, send us news tips, and call us directly. It's news on the go. The SK Newsline Android mobile app. Download it free today.
It's all part of the National World School Day, and we are here in what you see we have planned, and the man who planted these will come and introduce himself and tell us what kind of plants he has.
Philip, this is international and nursery government village, and they have all kind of ornamental plants as well as fruit trees like these flower stuff.
My name is Captain Pemberton, better known as K.
What's the camera?
I'm from Old Road. Well, we are agricultural.
Hi, I'm Victoria Berkeley from the Riches of the Earth Organic Farm in Halfway Tree. I'm also a member of the St. Kitts Farmer Cooperative. And what we do, we grow from seed to finished product. And come visit us at Riches of the Earth Organic Farm in Halfway Tree. And we would gladly take care of your every need. Thank you.
Good afternoon. The Apple Strip is an idea that was born a while back, looking at marketing opportunity for the co-ops, and so the strip was born. The committee that really
sanction and work on this program consists of about 5-6 different parts. Came together and we decided it's a good effort, it's a good way to push the cause forward and let our visibility remain known, let the government know that we're here, let the public know that we're here, and out of that we have organized this harvest streets this day. Our products here, as you can see, we have local pork, actually we should have had local beef, mutton. And I want to encourage you, this is the first ever harvest strip. They're going to be here again in December, and hopefully after today we know how often we will be here. So we are going to invite you to come out and support, see what the farmers are doing and be proud of our agriculture sector. Thank you.
All you need coffee or some cassava bread, or some blackberry juice, some carrot juice, some sour juice. Those guys in the green shirts, right there by the tent, they got all those stuff.
They have cassava bread, they have basically everything, guava jam, bananas, mozzarella, everything. Come on out and check them out. They are going to be here again in December, and after that they will let you know when again they're going to come. As they say, agriculture is a very important part of a human's life. Eat local, eat healthy.
A call is being made for St. Kitts and Nevis to accede to the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, as its final court of appeal, and abandon the London-based Privy Council. That call comes from former president of the CCJ, Sir Dennis Byron, a Kittitian who wants to see his country become the latest to assent to the CCJ.
If St. Kitts was able to take a move, it would certainly, I think, be something positive, which would help other people to follow their example. And it must be easier for it to be done here than for it to go through the referendum process in Antigua and Grenada. So if I would take the opportunity to encourage my own people to realize that it's inevitable that arrangements for the continued use of an English court is not a permanent thing. It's going to have to end sooner or later. We now have a Criminal Court of Justice which has established a track record. We've been operating now for 14 years, and I think the record has been good. And if persons would think now is the time to bite the bullet.
Sir Dennis dismissed the views against the CCJ that suggest that the jurists would be biased in their rulings and that the course of justice could be perverted by political involvement.
None of the cases that come before the court is adjudicated by one judge only. You sit in a panel of 5 judges or of 7 judges. So the idea that anybody has a kind of association with the judges which could influence the decision of the court is very far-fetched and not realistic. So when you think in terms of what is the reason for the affair, and then you go look at who is selected as judges. Every individual has had an impeccable career and record for integrity during their career. So there's no logical basis for the fear. But then you come to realize that fear is not logical.
Meanwhile, Sir Dennis commended Grenada and Antigua and Barbuda that will be voting on the CCJ in a referendum on November 6th.
From Grenada, where I participated in referendum discussions there. I must tell you, what I would say is this. It's interesting that there are only 2 countries in the Caribbean that require a referendum. That's Antigua and Grenada. And yet they are the 2 countries in the Eastern Caribbean which are moving forward first. I would like to encourage the countries that do not need a referendum, like St. Kitts, for example, to do what they need to do.
Sir Dennis made the remark while a guest on an SK Newsline news special currently being aired at www.sknewsline.com. It can also be found on demand on the special feature segment on both the Android mobile app and our website. Debate persists on whether countries within CARICOM should make the CCJ their final court and move away from the Privy Council as the final vestige of colonialism. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
Hey everyone, I am Chibiza Diaz and I am the chairperson for this year's World Food Committee 2018. And we're here at the Florida Food Fair and BFS. We are at Port Dante, the former location of Fat Tuesday.
Florida Food and BFS. $15. And $15 who?
15 easy for the whole package.
Oh, 15 easy for the whole package. Right here by the Avid stall. So people hear that? $15 for who?
Eat the Polish catering services. On our menu today we have green salad, rice and red beans, seasoned green bananas, macaroni pie, pineapple sweet potato, steamed vegetables, fried plantain, we have pork done in 3 ways. You can get pepper pork, barbecue pork, or stewed or jerk pork. Also you can get curry mutton, fried fish, or you can get it done also fried with Creole sauce. Come on over and support.
So we're here at our final event organized by the World Food Committee, and tomorrow is going to be the final event of the whole week, but that event is organized by SPAC. 5 local caterers. So here we also have a bar, and we have the local caterers supplying the general public with local meat lunches today.
We are here at the World Food Fair, where we have 5 local caterers with local pork, vegetables, all healthy food. This is not going to be the last one, I guess, but we will have to wait and see until December for them to decide on whether they will have a next food fair or a next agro strip. But as you can see, we have local caterers, all good food, all healthy food, delicious food.
The highly anticipated matchup between S-Crave Newtown United FC and SL Horses St. Paul's ended in a 1-1 stalemate Sunday in the National Bank Premier League. Scoring for St. Paul's, Kiefer Freeman in the 45th minute, but scoring for Newtown, Orlando Mitchum, cancelling out that goal in the 85th minute. Coach Earl Jones of Newtown said after the match that the result was good, considering the improved effort of his players in the second half.
Yeah, well, you know, we was down 1 with the end of the first half. We went back in and we just tweak a few things, and then we come back out. You see a major improvement, I must admit. Sometimes it's going to be like this, you know, the game plan, you know what I mean, how it is sometimes. So, but all in all, I must give credit to the guys. They really work hard, and we end up to come out with a 1 point, you know what I mean.
What do you think was needed to tweak from the first half to the second half?
Well, it's just the energy level. I felt it was a little too low. You know what I mean? Probably with players out there trying to consume energy for the next half. And, you know what I mean? And we got to get away from that. You know what I mean? You go and you give it your all. Your best shot from start, push. And when you're tired, you got other players there because it's a team, you know. So.
For Javon Leader, captain of St. Paul's, his team should have held on to the winning position.
Yeah, obviously, after working so hard to get the goal and now to concede a penalty was a tough loss, a tough job for us.
Now, what do you think was the energy levels falling for the team in the second half that led to that goal, or led to giving up that goal?
I guess it's a lack of concentration going on to the end. Basically, that's why you end up like a penalty.
Now going forward, I mean, you guys had draw the match last week as well. The match before, and now this one. What will it take now to pick up the game and see if you can get some more wins on the board?
I think we should go back to the giant board and come out with a more attacking force to actually get back to winning ways.
Meanwhile, in the day's other matches, Elk Limited St. Peter's got their first win of the season, a 3-1 victory over Fast Gas Saddlers United. They led 2-1 at half-time. Scoring for St. Peter's, Kareem Simmons in the 13th minute, Moses Dale in the 38th minute, and Adrian Obina in the 88th minute. For Saddlers, Xavier French in the 44th minute. In the day's other match, Flo Fuji Cairn Rockets easily won 2-0 versus United Old Road Jets. Vince Roy Nelson scored in the 53rd minute and Dante Libert in the 57th minute for Cairn. On Saturday, 2 matches were played. Hobson Enterprises Garden Hotspurs drawing 1-1 with Mantab. Scoring for Mantab was Jermaine Carey in the 48th minute, and in the 65th minute, Tyreek Francis. In the second match of the doubleheader, Ramsville Superstars defeated Sol Allen Auto Supplies Connery 2-0. Scoring for Village, Raheem Francis in the 33rd minute, Devon Elliott a penalty kick in the 66th minute. As plans are in place to improve on the capacity of stakeholders in the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve, the question can be asked, why is the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve important to St. Kitts and Nevis and the communities that make up the reserve? Marquisa O'Loughlin is the National Coordinator of the Man and Biosphere Program in St. Kitts and Nevis.
St. Kitts and Nevis is a part of the top 25 most hazardous areas in the whole world. So when you think about this, we have to think about better ways for which we can sustain our country and to just be more resilient towards matters of climate change and natural disasters.
Ms. O'Loughlin also argued the uniqueness of the Man and Biosphere Program and particularly the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve.
Also, we have to consider that the Man and the Biosphere Program and the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve, it's special, it's something special. Within this small area, and this is just about 4,000 hectares of land, we have so many features that includes high biodiversity, a very rich history and heritage, as well as very culturally diverse area. And some of these key features include the leatherback turtle that nests at Keys, and that's an endangered species. We also have areas such as the Spooner's Cotton Ginnery, which was the only cotton ginnery in St. Kitts. And then we also have areas like White Estate, farms at Green Hill. There's a high concentration of farms within that specific area. And then we can't forget our people. We have some of the greatest artists and musicians from St. Kitts and Nevis, and a lot of the music and arts that's produced throughout the island, it's concentrated right there in that very small area. So it's very important for us to not only protect and preserve, but to recognize ways in which we can use some of these natural resources as well as some of the cultural aspects and elements to empower our people. So it's about creating sustainable livelihoods as well as preserving and protect what we have. And that's why it's so very important, this program, for not only the residents of the area, but for St. Kitts and Nevis on a whole.
Meanwhile, Mr. Loughlin disclosed that the Man and Biosphere consultant will be in the Federation in the coming days to meet with some of the relevant stakeholders, including government ministers, as efforts are being made through the local UNESCO office to strengthen the capacity of the beneficiaries of the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve.
Keep your eyes out, because we're going to be having a series of meetings and consultations with very important experts of Man and the Biosphere programs throughout the world. Her name is Miss June Marie, and she's going to come to St. Kitts and Nevis to discuss with some key stakeholders a way forward. Final output of this program will be a management plan for which we are going to propose over the next 5 or 10 years or so, how we're going to further develop the area of the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve to truly be the success that we know it has the potential to be. So between the dates of October 22nd and October 30th, we're going to be having a series of meetings and consultations, and then it's going to climax in a workshop on October 30th, and that's going to include some of the residents and key stakeholders of the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve communities, which includes Keys, Keyon, Atlees, and Canada Estate.
Those efforts under the auspices of the local UNESCO office are designed to improve the visibility and branding of the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve, while highlighting its importance to its immediate residents. Residents from Western St. Kitts and adjoining communities praised the work of the Solid Waste Management Corporation, the SWMC, in launching the National Cleanup Campaign, which went into its 5th week this past weekend. In Halfway Tree, Member of Parliament for the area, the Honourable Lindsay Grant, commended the corporation while encouraging residents to take advantage of the opportunity to dispose of their white goods and bulky waste.
I think the Solid Waste Corporation Cleanup Campaign for 2018 I think is an excellent initiative. We're here in Halfway Tree. I think there are bins in Challengers, in Green Tree, in Wingfield Road, Station Street, Hermitage. And I think the people have already come out since yesterday and filled the bins. And so we hope that during the course of over the next 2-3 days, the area of constituency number 4 will be at least removed of a lot of the old debris that are here. So that they're not here if and when the hurricane comes during the course of the hurricane season. So we're thankful for the solid waste team to be out here this morning in Halfway Tree, helping the residents to remove the old material that they have.
Some residents of Halfway Tree commended the corporation for the National Cleanup Campaign.
A long time it's overdue. It's an overdue initiative, but it's glad to see it finally come to fruition. I'm happy they came still, but we need more things like this in the community because there's a lot of garbage all over the place that needs to be removed.
Down there, when the bin comes, those garbage are in the bin. Come back here.
Yeah, coming back.
Very important. Financially in here, I think this will be the best thing. I just say we're going to bring one this afternoon, put up there, I think it'll be better for us. We'll live up there. But right now, people live down here, they should vote wisely. By here, but take the best opportunity and get rid of the garbage in the yard, don't be ashamed.
Meanwhile, residents in Stoneforth also commended the corporation for the cleanup initiative.
Well, to tell you the truth, I am really, grateful for this initiative that the Solid Waste Management Corporation has decided to embark upon. Because there were months now I've been trying to get a couple to come to my home to dispose of a little stuff I got lying around, old household waste and things from some construction that I did a couple of years ago. And I've been really searching and wondering when they was going to bring this to my area. I've been looking for the dumpster since Thursday. And I can tell you that this is something that I'm really glad for. You give me an opportunity, and at least the other people in the village or in the area, to dispose of, all the old derelict stuff that they have hanging around. Stuff that, would catch, and maintain water and all of that, and breed mosquitoes and stuff like that. We got to think about our health as well too. So it's a really great initiative, and give us the opportunity to get all our little household waste over to the landfill free of cost. So again, I want to say thank you for the Solid Waste Management Corporation, Mr. Philip and all those guys, the hard-working guys, and even the trucks that clean our garbage daily. I want to thank them for taking this initiative to helping the citizens of the different areas to dispose of their derelict stuff.
It came yesterday afternoon. It's almost full. We had a burn house sometime early in the year, and they take the initiative. Well, they take the opportunity to throw away the burn stuff. So it was a very good idea. Just waiting for the next one to come further up, because I have a lot of things to throw away in the one further up. So it's a great idea.
In Birdwalk, as early as last week Friday at the start of the campaign, a lot of e-waste was disposed in one area.
Absolutely, I think it is a great initiative.
Keep the environment clean and keep everyone safe and mosquito.
Okay. And you think it's something good?
Yes.
The most recent edition of the cleanup campaign also stopped in Frigate Bay, Birdwalk to Newtown, and Independence Square, including 4th Street.
They're doing something good. And the community, they're helping the community real proper.
Having spanned a wide cross-section of the island, the campaign will this weekend focus on mop-up activities to ensure areas that were not adequately addressed during the cleanup campaign will be given the opportunity to dispose of their bulky waste not usually picked up by garbage trucks. You're watching SKN Newsline TV live on sknnewsline.com.